social situations drain you while others seem energized, if your mind feels tired long before your body does, if you leave conversations feeling heavier than when you arrived, this video is for you. Because this isn't about weakness, and it isn't something that needs to be fixed. It's overload. Most people move through the world filtering out what doesn't matter. They hear words, but miss tone. They see faces, but miss tension. They experience moments, and then move on. They leave rooms without carrying them. You don't. You notice the pause before someone answers, the slight hesitation before they agree, the shift in energy when a conversation stops feeling honest. You feel it before anyone says anything, sometimes before they even realize it themselves. And while others leave feeling normal, you leave feeling mentally exhausted, not because the interaction was difficult, but because your mind was working the entire time. Here's the part most people get wrong. This isn't anxiety, it isn't fragility, and it isn't overthinking for no reason. It's bandwidth. Think of your mind like a receiver. Most people are tuned to a narrow frequency. They receive what's obvious, what's loud, what's directly in front of them. Nothing more. But you're tuned wider. You don't just process what's said. You process what's implied, what's avoided, what's emotionally present but never spoken. You register contradictions. You sense discomfort behind polite words. You notice when someone's behavior doesn't match their tone. At first, this feels like insight, like depth, like awareness. You might even be praised for it. People say you're perceptive, that you get things others don't. But awareness without limits becomes heavy. Because while others are reacting in the moment, you're translating. You're constantly converting emotion into understanding, noise into meaning, subtext into coherence. And translation takes energy, a lot of it. This is where overload begins. Crowded places don't just feel loud to you, they feel dense. Not because of the sound, but because of the emotional information your mind keeps picking up. Every glance, every shift in posture, every micro-expression. Your mind doesn't ignore them, it collects them. Conversations don't simply end for you, they linger. You replay what was said, what wasn't said, what could have meant something else, not because you're insecure, but because your mind never fully disengages. It keeps scanning, keeps decoding, keeps running background processes long after the moment is over. Over time, this creates a pattern. You start pulling back, not because you don't care, but because caring requires more energy than you have left. You cancel plans not because you dislike people, but because you're already tired before you even arrive. You withdraw socially. You intellectualize your emotions. You turn feelings into concepts because concepts feel safer. And eventually you start wondering if something is wrong with you, why things feel heavier for you, why you get drained so easily, why you need so much space just to feel normal again. But here's the truth. Nothing is broken. You were never designed to process this much input without rest. The world rewards speed, quick reactions, simple interpretations, people who can move on easily. But you were built to notice complexity. And complexity is heavy. So the exhaustion you feel isn't failure, it's accumulation. It's the result of carrying emotional weight that most people never even register. Weight that builds quietly, interaction after interaction, moment after moment, until one day it feels like too much. And once you understand this, something important shifts. You stop asking, "What's wrong with me?" and start asking, "What am I constantly absorbing?" Because awareness without boundaries turns into overload. And overload, left unchecked, feels exactly like being broken. But it isn't, it's a signal. A signal that your mind is doing too much, not that it's incapable. And once you see this, you can't unsee it. Before you leave, I want to ask you something, and you don't need to explain. Do you feel more exhausted by people or by your own thoughts after being around them? Write just one word in the comments. I read them.